Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we are having a sophisticated and crazy volatile market because, as you can see, the prices are slightly dumping and we are beginning to sort of drop in value. So I'm just going to be giving you my sort of trading strategy for this particular moment. And we're going to talk about the things that you need to do in order for you to secure your cryptocurrency portfolio in the near future. So first of all, I'd love to say that we had an amazing pump with regards to Alice, because we've been trading Alice, and I really hope that you guys had the privilege of getting to make a whole lot of money with regards to Alice, because Alice did pump all the way up to around if you look at the past 24 hours, right? Alice pumped all the way up to $15. So remember, our entry was really low because we bought the bottom as far as Alice is concerned. And if you take a look at this particular push towards the upside, boom, nailed it, $15.26. And just like I told you, right, I told you that we were going to break and test the liquidity on top. So before this particular major pump, we had like a dump towards the downside. We had the price drop to about $12.60, then a massive push towards the upside. So in total, let's say for example you followed the buy recommendation right over here, right, on 13th September, so you would have made almost 30% profit. And if you were trading with 100,000 US dollars, you would have made $30,000 in the past 3 days by just simply listening to my YouTube channel. But in case you ended up selling for example around here like I did, then you would have bought right back up, and if you would have traded that trade again, right, that could have been another 16%. So overall this has been a 30% price trade. So you've got 18% plus another 17%. So if you did trade with the volatility, you sold there, bought back here, sold here, you'd have made close to about 40% in profit. So these are the reasons why I really love taking the volatility, because the volatility offers us many opportunities and we get like higher returns. Because if you only bought here and hardened and then only simply sold here, you'd have made roughly 32%. But if you took advantage of these price fluctuations right over here, you would have made close to 45% in profit. So I really hope that you guys enjoyed this particular trade, and I really believe we've got some more upside as far as Alice is concerned, but we just have to be very careful because the price of BTC is dropping. So this is going to be a very good opportunity for us to sort of trade what is going to happen. So remember what I told you, right? I told you that we are going to punish the people who are here, putting their stop losses, and the people who were shorting around this particular level. So what's going to happen is we are obviously going to find some sort of support around 46,000 all the way up to around 45,500 all the way up to 46,300 somewhere there. So this is what I'm expecting to happen to BTC. So between let's say 45,300 all the way up to 46,800. Okay, so this is going to be a very interesting area of interest, and we are supposed to see what the price of BTC is going to do at this particular level. So let's say for example, but usually there's going to be a bounce. Okay, there's going to be an absolute bounce as far as this particular level is concerned. So these are the price targets that you should look out for. So let me just drag that, extend it towards this particular level. Okay, so as you can see, 46,400, this is a very good area to have like an instant bounce. Okay, so there's gonna be a bounce here, and then we're going to either push up and go to this particular level close to 50,000, or depending on how active the bulls or the bears are. Okay, so we've got our support line right around this particular bottom. Okay, so let me just change the color to green to show some signs of support. So we also have this particular area where the wicks are most likely going to end up going. So we're going to even dip down to this particular level. Let's change the color to green so that you guys can see where the active lines are. Okay, so if you do that, expect the price of BTC to come to this particular level. But of course, before we sort of drop down, there's going to be mini fluctuations, especially on the smaller time frame. But eventually we are going to come into this particular area. Then from here, we are going to determine what is going to happen in the future, whether we are going to continue dropping towards the downside or whether we're going to have a push towards the upside. So you guys already know the way that I trade. Okay, I don't really give massive projections. Okay, so for now, the areas of interest that we're supposed to be looking out for are this particular line of support and this particular area of resistance. Okay, so at this particular moment we have established the downtrend, so best believe the price is going to gravitate towards this particular line of support because it is an area of value. So if you are looking for some scalp positions and some scalp opportunities, especially with regards to altcoins, simply wait for the price to test this particular liquidity level. If you see some signs of bullishness and bearishness, if you see signs of a reversal, because we already talked about signs of reversals. Okay, if you have situations like this, do you see what's happening on the smaller time frame here? We are seeing a little bit of signs of reversals on the smaller time frame, but this is only the 10 minutes. Okay, so we might slightly push up and then continue going down. So if you see such structures at this particular line, or rather area of interest, and then we also take a look at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, right? If we see that the 1 hour and the 4 hour is becoming very bullish, we sort of form some doji candles around this area of value, then there is a likely scenario of pushing towards the upside, coming back to retest the level again, and then finally pushing up like that. So this is going to be the final test, if provided we end up sort of finding support here. So at this particular moment, forget about everything that I said. Just know that we are going to drop to this particular level. Once we get down to this particular level, then only then are we going to determine whether we are going to bounce, push up to this particular level, or end up dropping. Okay, the highest, or rather the most likely scenario that I believe is going to happen is we're going to bounce. We're going to end up bouncing because we spent a lot of time sort of trying to break this particular structure, and we finally did. Okay, so there is a higher probability that we're going to end up bouncing and creating another higher high, destroying this particular area of liquidity here, and then eventually getting rejected and then dropping down and going to destroy this particular area of value. So to a lot of you, you might be saying, hey Mona, that's like a lot of information, that's too many sort of ifs and so many situations depend on so many situations if you know what I mean. So anyway, to simplify everything, think about BTC going to this particular level, then from here I'll give you another update. Okay, so I hope you sold your altcoins, I hope you got out of your positions. I'm sure by now you understand when to get out of market situation. So this was a very good opportunity for you to get out, because the market, guys, we always use the Wyckoff distribution and accumulation. By now you should be able to know this in your heart. You should be able to recite it. Whenever you see the markets doing these particular structures, it should be something that you can easily recognize. We've been talking about the Wyckoff schematic all the time. So if you look at this structure, this is a blatant Wyckoff distribution on the 1 hour. Okay, you've got this particular structure. So let's flip over to the line Okay, you've got that structure, and then you've got the final push, boom, and then finally the distribution comes through. It's the same structure with the Wyckoff schematic here. It's just happening on a smaller time frame. So I was expecting you guys to sort of get out of your positions. That this is one of the reasons why I didn't even bother to like make a video yesterday, because I wanted you to take action. Okay, yesterday I purposely sort of didn't make a video because I wanted you to do these things by yourself, and see how far you can go, and then just practice anticipating the market moves and the structure. Okay, so if you look at the grand scheme of things, right, this particular breakdown that I gave you is a short-term type of breakdown. It's probably going to phase out in the next 24 to about 72 hours maximum. Okay, so this is just like a short-term type of projection. So if we look at the bigger time frame, right, if we look at the daily time frame, the daily time frame is absolutely good. Remember what I was telling you with regards to this particular structure, right? I told you that there was going to be a bounce before the major continuation. So if you look at this particular structure, right, this is a clear sort of wave one type of situation. Okay, wave one type of situation, boom, wave two, and then we continue. And remember what I told you, right? Last time I told you that Bitcoin and a lot of different cryptocurrencies are made up of fractals. So if you look at this particular structure already happened on Bitcoin on the 1 hour. So just keep this in your mind, right? This particular structure, keep it in your mind. Now let's look at the 1 hour. Isn't it similar to this structure? Isn't it similar? You see the similarity, right? It's very similar. So this is one of the reasons why I'm saying things that already happen on the smaller time frame, they also get reflected on the bigger time frame eventually. So it's always very important for us to go back and forth and look at these structures on a smaller time frame. You see what's happening on the 15 minutes, on the 5 minutes, on the smaller time frames, and then try to see what is going to happen and anticipate what's going to happen on the bigger time frame. So if you look at the 1 day time frame, best believe this is most likely going to happen. We could have a situation where we sort of push back here, but it's still a corrective structure. It's still wave two correction, and then continue towards the downside in this particular structure right around this particular level, because we spent a lot of time in this structure right over here. So it's all about patience. It's all about what's going to happen. So yes, we are eventually going to go down, but of course, before we have that major breakdown towards the downside, there's going to be some volatility. So don't really be too quick to entirely get out of your positions, because there might be another potential push towards this particular area of value right around this particular level. So we could have that particular structure. Sometimes you might even be surprised, we could even end up pushing towards that particular structure, that particular level of value, especially on the smaller time. So let's look at the smaller time frame. This is what I meant. So we could end up pushing to here. Okay, this is a possibility as well. Do not rule out this possibility, but I think it's highly unlikely, because we had like this crazy sell-off that happened here. So going to this particular level is going to take a lot of buying power, but anything can happen. We can always have that particular spring type of event, then come back down and then do that. So that is absolutely possible. But just like I told you, right, by mid-October, we're going to have a nasty, crazy cryptocurrency crash. There's going to be a nasty dump where we're going to see about 20 to about 30% price corrections. Okay, so best believe, do not rush into these trades. You have a lot of opportunities to to buy lower. Okay, so for now, as far as Bitcoin is concerned, look out for this particular threshold right over here, 45,300 to 46,800. But to me, I really believe the most likely scenario is probably 46,800 to about to about 46,000. Okay, so 45,300 is going to be like extreme, because usually what Bitcoin does is it wicks and then closes above. So this is like an extreme level before the bounce that I'm talking about. So obviously the best situation is to have that bounce and then push up, then get rejected. Like this particular area here, if we form this particular structure, getting out of all your positions here is going to save you a lot of money, because eventually you guys already know that we are going to drop to this particular level. So this is going to be your last grand opportunity to get out and see what's going to happen. Let's say, for example, we continue pushing up, we go to that level, or even this level right over here. It's even going to be better, because the higher we go, the more money that we're going to make on this particular move towards the bottom. So this particular move towards the bottom is going to happen for real. It is definitely going to be able to like happen. And we can even have the worst case scenario where the price of Bitcoin sort of goes to it goes below this particular structure. It could break this particular structure before November, because the absolute bull market is going to happen in November, December, and January. So October is going to be a tricky month. So a lot of people are going to be heartbroken in October. A lot of people are going to end up making a lot of losses. But you are subscribed to Muna's channel, aka Beyond 10x, so I got your back, and we've been killing these trades like crazy. I do not even need to like talk about my trading predictions and history, because you guys already know what damage we do. So best believe this particular structure is going to be broken. Whoever tells you that we're going to continue pushing towards the upside, man, they need to be slapped, because these people are making people lose money, and I really hate it when people lose money, because I've lost a lot of money personally. So this is one of the reasons why I'm being upfront with you, and I'm giving you the absolute blueprint. So anyhow, now let's talk about altcoins. You guys already know, if I give you like the Bitcoin blueprint, you can simply use this as your trading guideline to altcoins. You already know, if Bitcoin bounces at 45,300, 46,800, all your favorite altcoins are going to do very well. So to me, I really find it redundant talking about individual coins in general, because everything is going to end up bouncing. So if you take a look at what has been happening, right, your favorite cryptocurrencies such as Solana, they've obviously experienced the top, right, and nothing goes up forever. This is obviously like a blatant peak right over here. So the previous all-time high, or rather the recent all-time high, was around 213. So I really hope that you guys are not really that naive and you are holding on to like these particular trades, because if you bought above 200, man, you guys are going to lose a lot of money. So Be Like Water says, I think we're going down. Muhammad Adil Siddiqui says, nice prediction. Thank you. So my neighbor Alice is all of a sudden becoming like too bullish at this particular moment. So remember what I told you, right? I told you with regards to Alice that we were sort of already facing that particular threshold where we had like a 90% drop. Okay, we dropped like a whole lot. We dropped more than 50%. So at this particular moment, right, this is one of the reasons why you're seeing my neighbor Alice defy the odds and just basically do very well. So we also took a look, we also looked at the the MACD and all that stuff, right? Everything is absolutely looking very good at this particular moment, but you just don't have to get lost in the sauce. Moreover, with regards to my neighbor Alice, there is some exciting stuff which is going to happen on Tuesday. So with regards to my neighbor Alice, right, you're really going to make a lot of money till Tuesday, till Monday. Today is a Friday, okay? So by Sunday, Monday, you need to be getting rid of Alice, because there is some listing which is going to happen on Binance, right? Let's take a look at their Twitter account. Do we have their Twitter account here? Because there is some exciting information with regards to my neighbor Alice, and this is one of the reasons why all of a sudden it's doing very well. So I think the information is here. Hold on. I'm trying to look for that. Yeah, so take a look at this. My neighbor Alice will be in the Binance NFT Tuesdays. So Alice is going to continue doing very well until Monday or Tuesday because of this information right over here. So NFT Tuesdays is a free 6-part series dedicated to all things NFT. So basically, there's going to be like some more eyeballs coming to my neighbor Alice, and there's going to be like probably more you know, people flocking towards my neighbor Alice. So this is one of the reasons why you're seeing Alice defying the odds. So with regards to Alice, I'm just going to continue trading it, and I'm going to be doing what needs to be done, but I'm just going to be trading it with you know, the perspective of Bitcoin's price trajectory. So as soon as Bitcoin finds its support, right, then I'm going to be able to like go into my neighbor Alice, because I know it's going to be hard for my neighbor Alice to like continue pushing up, but it can still do very well regardless of Bitcoin's you know, price sort of dump, if I can put it that way, price downward trajectory. So you just have to be very careful, and this is one of the reasons why I really love technical analysis. The reason why I was recommending Alice you know, and people going into Alice, because I saw that there is only so much selling pressure that can happen until the bears kind of get exhausted. I didn't even know about the Binance NFT Tuesdays or whatever. I didn't know that they're going to have all this, but we were able to like pinpoint it. And if you were able to like buy my neighbor Alice right over here, you should be like in super profit at this particular moment, regardless of what Bitcoin is doing. So let's take a look at Bitcoin. What is Bitcoin doing at this particular moment? So it looks like we found some temporal support right over here as far as Bitcoin is concerned, but best believe it's going to be broken. It's going to be broken, and you know, there's just going to be like a mini bounce, which is absolutely okay, but we're going to continue dropping towards the downside. Do not even get it twisted. It's going to happen by fire, by thunder, as my, you know, Pentecostal people say, for you guys who happen to be Christians. Yeah, so that's definitely going to happen. So just because we're bouncing here, it doesn't really mean that we're going to stay here for a while. So what's most likely going to happen is we are going to have this situation where the price of Bitcoin on a smaller time frame sort of pushes up and then continues doing this. Whenever you see this structure, especially on the smaller time frame, that structure, this structure, you guys already know what's going to happen. There's going to be a break towards the downside, and boom, shakalaka, more lower lows. So what's going to happen here is after this particular mini bounce, we're going to, you know, be there and then boom, eventually drop down. So do not even get lost in the sauce, because you guys already know what is up. So most likely this bounce can maybe lead us up to 47,600. We can end up pushing towards 47,600 right there, and then boom, continue dropping like that. Okay, so just be patient. This particular dump is probably going to happen in the next 24 to 48 hours. I think by Saturday evening, I'm sure it's going to be like that. It's going to you know, drop and then continue pushing towards the upside. So during this particular period, right, all you have to do is look out for the coins that you can potentially trade. So if we take a look at what has been happening, right, we've obviously had amazing opportunities with regards to Avax. Avax has been doing very well, and but you have to be very careful. So it just recently broke out of this out from the, you know, previous all-time high. So it still has some sort of room to go towards the upside, but just like I keep on telling you, it's always about managing your risk to reward. So let's take a look at the structure of Solana. If you look at Solana, right, let's look at the graph as far as Solana is concerned. When it broke above the, you know, the all-time high, it pumped from about 56 all the way to around you know, 200. So it did about a 3x. So potentially Avax has a probability of doing like a 2x, depending on the you know, strength that Bitcoin is going to have. If Bitcoin is going to have a lot of strength, then you know, it could potentially allow other coins such as Avax to continue pushing towards the upside, because to me Avax is like having like very strong momentum. Avax is like absolutely ferocious at this particular moment, and it can do literally like a 2x or a 3x, but you just have to be very careful. If we are in this particular market structure where, let's say for example, Bitcoin sort of dumps, then goodbye to all your altcoins. So this is one of the reasons why I mostly focus on Bitcoin, and I try to use Bitcoin as a guide for the most part, because if you do that, you're going to end up making, or rather saving, a lot of money. But regardless, this particular thing just broke out of its structure, out of the previous all-time high that was around 50 something, okay, 55. So we still have some upside. We can easily go to about $100 avalanche Avax, and the more we continue pushing towards the upside, right, the more demand there is going to be for Avax, the lesser stoppage or trouble we're going to face towards the upside. Because I always talk about price discovery. Whenever you reach that particular threshold where the supply outweighs the demand, or rather the demand outweighs the supply, then there's obviously going to be higher highs, and there's going to be sort of euphoria. More people are going to be jumping into a particular coin. So Avax has to be carefully traded, but it can still yield a lot of profit. So what are you guys talking about? Jovino Alvarez says Fantom. Let's talk about FTM. Okay, we'll talk about FTM soon. My social says, wonder if you checked XEC before. Fantom to $10. Fantom. So people are looking forward to Fantom. So before we jump into Fantom, right, let's take a look at XEC. What the hell is XEC? So Ecash. What the hell is Ecash, and what the hell happened to Ecash? So based on this, it's starting its way up. The previous all-time high was around that figure, right? So if we can sort of start pushing towards the upside, then best believe it can easily take out the previous all-time high. But of course, I need to see some sort of buying power coming through wherever this particular downward action is going to end. So if it takes out this particular level at 0.0000258, then I can potentially take that trade, because I can see that the price is going up. But this is not really a buy recommendation. I don't even know what Ecash is all about. So what the hell is Ecash all about? Is it a good investment? What is Ecash? Okay, Jesus, that looks like a glitch. Is that a glitch? Wealth redefined. So what does this thing do? Is it an NFT, a basic cryptocurrency? Because I hate basic cryptocurrencies. So what are the tags? What tags do we have? So I'm sure it's just like a regular cryptocurrency, right? There's nothing spectacular about it. So my social, please let us know what Ecash is all about. But anyway, that's just me. If I were to take this trade, I would wait for the price to come back around this particular level, 0.000026, and then when it breaks out, then I can potentially take it, because I know it's going to go hit the previous all-time high right over here. So do your own due diligence. I have no idea what Ecash is all about. So now let's take a look at Fantom, because Fantom has been doing tremendously well, and we've been trading this one low key. So Amanda Cole says, anyone in HBAR, HBAR. So we'll take a look at HBAR as well, and let's take a look at Fantom. So Fantom has been doing very well, and of course, let's just pull up the chart like real quick. Do I have any Fantom here? So let me add a little bit of FTM. Yeah, because Fantom is a very volatile cryptocurrency, and I love volatile cryptocurrencies. So with regards to Fantom, right, let me show you the comparison between Fantom and Avax. So I've got Avax here, right? Take a look at this particular structure right here. Okay, when Avax broke above the previous all-time high, right, it came down, used this particular structure as support, and then continued breaking out towards the upside. So to me, Avax is like way much more stronger than FTM. At this particular structure, right, Avax, or rather Fantom, did break above 88 cents, because 88 cents was the previous all-time high, right? This happened in May 2021. So we had like a crazy breakout without even coming down to retest this particular structure. So with regards to Fantom, right, I really believe since it didn't really have an opportunity to retest this particular high, right, it just broke out and never came back down. I really believe it is most likely going to drop and perhaps come back down to this level around 91 cents. Okay, so if you take a look at this particular structure, it is clearly in a downtrend. So due to the fact that the previous all-time high wasn't retested like the way Avax sort of retested the previous all-time high and used it as support, right, there is a high probability that Fantom could drop all the way down to around 91 cents. Okay, but that's neither here nor there. It just depends on the market action and the market structure, but it really looks like it is holding very strong at this particular level, especially here. So you need to be very careful. Take a look at how the price is going to interact with $1.18, like this particular structure. Make sure you've got like a stop loss close to this particular level, because once it drops here, then best believe there's going to be like a search for liquidity at the bottom. But I really believe you guys already took profit. You guys by now shouldn't even be stuck in any trades, because if I hear anybody being stuck in a trade, man, oh man, you guys are going to, then why the hell do I get to explain all these things? I really take time giving you the concept. So if I hear anybody being stuck in any trades at this particular moment, I'm going to digitally, I don't know, I'm going to knock you down and just, I don't know, I'm just going to give you some heavy punches, like for real, for real. It doesn't really matter whether you're female or male. The reason why I take time to explain all these blueprints and all these structures so that you do not get stuck. Okay, but anyway, I'm not being mean, I'm just being, I just want you guys to like take action. So Amanda says, Amanda was talking about it, HBAR, Hedera hash graph. Now this is a good coin, very volatile. Oh, today's dump has been nasty. I'm sure Amanda should be feeling very bad, because she either didn't take profit or she forgot or she kind of got stuck at the top. So Amanda, please let me know, what was your entry? So Amanda should be in the UK, right? If I'm not mistaken, she should be in the UK somewhere in London or something. Yeah, so what's happening with this one? So this one recently broke out of the structure, and what's happening is we're still having the same structure with Fantom. So this one is very similar to what Avax did. So let's look at HBAR. So let me just take a look at it, add it to my watch list as well. HBAR USD Tether, boom, let's add it there as well. So all these coins that just violently sort of break the previous all-time high, they always have a tendency to come and have a retest. So at this particular level, right, I really expect the price to come back down between 32 cents all the way up to around 38. So that is a very good possibility. So just like I told you, right, since we are expecting the price of Bitcoin to drop to between 45,300 to 46,800, most likely 46,300 to about 45,300, right, around this particular level, there is a high probability that a lot of these coins are going to end up dropping as well. So HBAR is probably going to drop towards this particular area of liquidity as well, then continue pushing up. But you have to look at where it is coming from, because this does really matter. It really matters a whole lot, because if you look at this, right, this particular pump has been happening since 18th July. Ooh, Amanda, you're so blessed. I hope you got in around this particular level, because if you got in at this particular level, right, you would have easily comfortably sat in this particular trade stress-free, because if your entry was there, right, it could have been just an easy ride towards the top. The only problematic times or the most volatile times were probably here. Okay, so let's flip over to the 1 day. So these were the only days where we had like some sort of volatility. But if you had entered at the bottom, I'm sure you guys already know how to get in at the bottom at this particular level using the Wyckoff schematic. You would have easily made tons and tons of money. So Amanda, depending on your entry, you know, I'm sure you're still in massive profits at this particular moment. So even if you had to like close your trades here, if you entered here, you would still do very well overall, and it would still be a great trade. So Amanda says it's had 5 billion invested at an announcement yesterday on Twitter. So this particular move pushed towards the upside is because of some Twitter announcement. But looking at the graph alone, right? Looking at the graph, this particular price movement happened since you know, here, and the only structure that really broke this upward momentum was literally here. But for the most part, it has just been in an upside price trajectory. And then we also have this particular area on the 7th of September. This was probably in anticipation. Man, I hate that word. I really hate pronouncing that word. I always struggle pronouncing it, but you guys already know what I'm talking about. So we had this entry. This is where the people who were pumping it and talking about the investment, the people go in here because these are the ones who made sure that the dump was bought back up. So at this particular moment, it's all about buy the rumor, sell the news. So whenever you hear cryptocurrencies projects talking about, hey, there's going to be 20 million US dollars worth of investments which are going to be inflowing into a particular cryptocurrency, just know that those guys already bought. Okay, you guys already know these games by now. You already know whenever you get such announcements, the price, or rather the tokens, the cryptocurrency has already been accumulated and they've already bought it and they want to offload it onto you. So please avoid a lot of fundamental analysis. Only focus on the technicals. The technicals are really going to help you a whole lot. So whenever you hear these pronouncements, just know that these guys are preparing to close their trades and they are offloading their you know, bags onto the market because they need to provide liquidity and they need to generate a whole lot of hype in order for them to safely get out of the trades and leave a lot of people holding on to bags. So you guys already know how the cookie crumbles. Okay, so what else are we going to look at? So anyway, let's look at some other coins, unless you guys have got some other things that you want me to take a look at. So the past 24 hours have been very shaky, but we've got coins such as Shiba Inu. So Shiba Inu is the Bitcoin, whatever, Dogecoin of yeah, because it's on both what, it's on Polygon and Fantom. Yeah, all right, you guys already know what Shiba Inu is. Like another meme coins. Man, I really hate meme coins. Meme coins are so useless because during a bear market, right, if you are holding on to a meme coin, you're really going to feel very, very pissed off, and you're going to be so mad at yourself because you're like, why the hell was I buying meme coins? So you know, when it comes to meme coins, right, just get in, make your money and leave immediately. Do not even think about holding onto it for like a long period of time, because you already know the outcome is going to be bad. And in a bear market, if you've got shitty investments, you're really going to kick yourself in the legs. Trust me. So when it comes to meme coins, yes, they can really end up making you a lot of money, but it's very temporal. Okay, so the other coin that has been pumping is Audius, right? So Audius is part of the Solana ecosystem. So what's really going to happen with regards to a lot of these coins that have been pumping, right, especially these smart contract type of coins such as Avalanche, right, their ecosystem is also going to be growing as well. Because if you look at the Avalanche ecosystem, right, it has got a lot of different things as well. So take a look at Frax. Frax is also going to pump as well. What the hell is Joe? Okay, so all these coins are also going to end up pumping because the big guy, the big dog, aka Avax is pumping. That's just how the cookie crumbles. All right, guys, I've been on for like a long period of time. I need to go. Thank you very much for giving me your support and being part of my YouTube channel. So remember what we talked about. So if you need to get anything, right, just get the target of BTC. BTC is going to go to this particular level. When we end up finding support and have reversal patterns towards the upside, then you can jump into whatever alternative cryptocurrency you want to get in and make your money. Sell at the top, rinse and repeat. Do what you have to do, make easy money. Trading is not really that complicated. All you gotta do is understand the blueprint. I gave you the blueprint and it has happened. So let's see what's going to happen. I'm going to keep you guys up to date with whatever is going to be happening. Thank you very much. Big shout out to Amanda Cole. Big shout out to Sama Mubarak. Tony Black should be probably watching as well. My social, Jovino, Muhammad Adil Siddiqui, Be Like Water, and everybody who's been tuning in. Thank you very much. You guys have been so awesome. Continue trading, continue working on your trading muscles. Make sure you trade each and every day. Always get that 10% per day, and then just, you know, make better trades. Work on your risk to reward ratio as well, and just overall make a whole lot of money. So let's retire together, and hopefully by the time November is going to be here, November 2021, December, January, we're going to be hopefully in a lot of money. So be good, God bless you, and take care.